guys. Welcome to Love Life on botchpod.com. It's good to have you guys again. Seated with me is Alex.
Yeah, Alexander the Great.
And my name is Leslie. And today we're going to be diving into a very amazing subject, which is a question, by the way. And it's a question and it's our topic for today. And it's why do people, when they think about love, their first thought is what they have to get rather than what they have to give, right? So that's a question. I'm throwing you straight,
just like that.
Why is it that most people have a list of how they want to be loved, but they don't have a list of how
they should love others?
Yeah, why?
Well, I think it will boil down basically to the basic instinct. I'm just giving you first off the tip answer. Maybe I can go deeper.
Yeah.
I think that everybody's selfish, right? And we're in a world where it's selfish. I want to survive, and I'm just looking for the best way to live my life.
Yeah.
Right. So ideally, I would probably channel my life on programming other people to love me best.
Channel your life, programming other.
Yeah. So there's a say that the any way people think about you is how you've presented yourself.
Yeah.
So if I know that I can control that, and basically I can just talk about how the things I like. That's why you see that people like to talk about themselves a lot, so that they can get you to know the things they like and the things they don't like. So you will avoid those hurdles and stuff like that. Yeah. But okay, so if you are going to a more deeper sense of things, I think I would like to approach it from a cultural perspective.
Yeah.
I think that because of the way our culture is, right? I don't know. I've not experienced multicultural. I've only experienced maybe the Nigerian culture or African culture per se. So I would say that because of the way our culture is fashioned, and when I'm talking about culture is fashion, I'm talking about specifics like the way that people interact with each other, people, husband and wife interact with each other, brothers and sisters interact with each other. So in terms of cultural, if you look at it in terms of Nigerian culture, is there any adage that talks about, in your own language now, let me ask you, is there any adage that talks about how you can love someone best?
I don't know. I know they speak my language very well. Yeah,
so, and I'm sure that I've not come across any adage in my own language that talks about
how you can love someone best.
How you can love someone best. Okay. There are several adage about how to protect oneself, how to be the smartest in the room, competitive, adaptive, culture that we have. Yeah. And subconsciously, that molds the way we think about everything.
Yeah.
So when you talk about love, the first thing that comes to my mind is, what kind of love do I want to get? How do I want this person to love me? Do I want this person... Let's put it in the context of marriage. Do I want this person to, be cooking for me and kneeling down serving it? Just like how I saw it with my father and my brother. Or do I want somebody that, that will have their own opinion, but deep down, really, it's only my opinion that matters, or something. So eventually, everything subconsciously, I just factor it around myself.
Because I think so. We have a lazy culture.
Why do you think it's lazy?
People are kind of lazy because to love someone requires a lot of work. Actually,
effort.
It takes a lot of effort to love, and so naturally, the human being is do it for me, give to me. I want, and they are not thinking of
how they can.
Yeah, and I think that has affected our creativity in expressing love itself.
Okay, so can I say this? Maybe this channel is for love, bah?
Yes.
We can also advertise ourselves a little bit.
Yeah. What do you want to advertise?
Well, honestly speaking, I don't think that I think like that.
You don't think like what?
I don't go into any relationship thinking of how the person will give me.
Yeah, me too. I think so. Me too. Yeah.
So if you're out there, you're looking for
no, but I think there are many factors. But that brings me to the next thing. Yeah. What are the factors that are really? There's one that is running in my head right now. Okay. What are the factors that really affect the way people? Why people tend to approach this whole subject of love with a sense of what they want to get. People have a picture of all the list of things they want to get. Okay. People have a list of how they want to be loved. Everything that they read, they are reading it from the other side of how it should be done for me. So what are those factors? Do you have any factor in your mind that affects that?
Not specifically.
How about what the impact of... What do you think about the impact of poverty on love? It's very weird stuff, but I think
to be honest with you, it depends on the love we are talking about now, but you can't love in Nigeria if you don't have money.
Okay.
That's
that's being poor in sense.
Because you know that if you want to call the guy, you don't have data to do video call, it's a problem. Or maybe you want to say, come, let's have a video call. It's been long we saw each other. And she says she doesn't have data. You cannot say, okay, I'll send you some MB. How do you think she feel? As soon as you can't say some of these things. See, Have
you ever experienced?
See, I've experienced a lot of girls.
Let me make it very simple.
Okay.
I want to break it down because I really think that this has a very strong impact in the way we love.
Yes.
Maybe in this part of the world. I don't know.
Okay.
But there is something about not having enough that affects the way people express love.
True.
So, have you been poor before?
Yes.
Okay. Were you trying to love in that state of being broke or poor?
No.
You were not.
No.
Why?
Because I was in a minor seminary. My father was busy trying to send me into the priesthood.
Really? Okay, that's a whole lot. So,
yeah.
Okay. All right. So,
but I can give you a little bit of, context in my own personal life.
Sure.
So, when I finished the minor seminary school, I was interested in being a priest, right?
Oh, okay.
So I saw someone. Her mother's shop was just by my father's shop, and I liked that. She liked me not because and I'm saying this. I'm giving this experience because I want to emphasize that it's hard to find those kind of ladies right now. She liked me not because she even knew who I was or if I had, because one of the first things that made us close was our conversations.
Okay.
And we became really close.
Okay.
And these things used to happen then, right? A lot.
Yeah.
So as time goes on, I was broke, but my father was not broke. So I was stealing from him to, to foster the relationship.
Okay.
So I wouldn't say I have.
All right. So because this matter is a very, very, very,
very sensitive
one. Yeah. So the reason why I started to connect the dots between poverty
and
love is to the subject that we're discussing is because when people start to think about what they need to get, naturally speaking, it's only because they don't have.
Yeah, true.
So what stirs up people wanting is because they don't have. Because the truth is that if you have enough of something,
you just want to give. I think that I relate very well with that.
So, and if you find out some of all those lists of the things that people list when they say, this is how I want to be loved, there are things that could be bought maybe with money, for example, right?
Yeah.
So I think we need to be, a great deal of this issue is lack.
Do you think entitlement is also part of it?
Yeah, that's another factor. Some people think that they're entitled
they're just entitled to.
But even at the root of entitlement too sometimes can be because,
So why do you think you don't come from that perspective where you feel you're getting into a relationship and you just want?
I feel like I'm not poor. It's okay, but that's what I'm talking about. But really, why do I think like you, I go into every relationship with a mindset of what can I offer, right?
Okay.
I didn't start that way.
Okay.
But over time, I think I started to learn it because eventually, when you get into a relationship, right, that is driven by love, and you want to maintain a successful relationship, you have to possess the mindset of what can I offer? And it's not just marital-based relationship, even with friends. I think many times we come into friendship and our whole concept of friends, this thing we're talking about,
Yeah.
people come into friendship and they're like thinking, when they say choose your friend wisely, they are not thinking about what they will bring. They are thinking choose your friend wisely of, is he there for you? Is he going to be, is he staying by you when you are down?
When you are down.
We don't hear,
Will
do I
you be
stay
there?
by him when so it's necessary that we actually shift this focus, this mindset away from that, and to be able to deal with this.
But so in the kind of relationship that I've had, right? I think that you have to be careful, right? If you're someone like me who is going into a relationship with the mindset of what do I have to offer? Because exploitation is a thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And people might not exploit you intentionally. You know, they can take advantage of the fact that you're like that, right? And so, from personal experience, I'll share an experience. So, I started to rethink the way I go into every relationship recently. And that's because for me, when I say someone is my friend, or when I say I'm close to someone, it basically means that I have affection for that person. And this affection is love. And yes, and that's how I see life. Like, so, but some of the things that have changed over time is that, okay, so then I used to have this syndrome that, okay, whenever a friend reaches out to me that they need something or they're in their need of something, I have to be able to solve that problem. Or, you know, but life taught me otherwise, that you can't, maybe I'll call it a superhero syndrome, always feeling like you are the only one or you are the one that has to solve everybody's problem. It's also very problematic.
Okay, that's the extreme of the other side of that. Yeah, I get that. So we've been able to list, two things.
Yeah.
So we've been able to identify that lack in any form, which we're trying to categorize under poverty also. And then we've also been able to talk about being entitled as a cause of why people, when they look at love, they are looking at what to get, right? So what do you even mean by, how do people become entitled? What do you mean by entitlement? Let's explore that a bit, then we'll,
Okay. So entitled is a feeling that you deserve.
You deserve.
Just having that, subconscious thought.
And I the deserve. Other person does not deserve.
Yeah, you don't care.
Okay.
I deserve to be treated like a king.
Yeah.
I deserve to be treated.
We hear that a lot.
Yeah. I deserve to be pampered.
I'm a soft.
I deserve the soft life.
Yeah, soft life.
This person is not better than me now.
The other person likes hard life.
Exactly. So it comes from that subconsciousness of I deserve. Anybody with that will naturally go into anything they are doing with the idea of just come and serve me.
Yeah.
So and it totally just nullifies the idea of love.
Then that means the solution to that would be grace. I think when people start possessing this idea that I was giving so much that I didn't deserve to, maybe it will affect the way they give to others too. Right?
But in a scenario where the person feels like they have not been given anything.
That's the lack mindset. The solution to dealing with that lack or poverty ideology.
It's a shift of mindset.
Is to work first so that you can have. That means relationship is not possible.
Yeah.
In fact, this is it.
Okay.
If you feel like you're in a point where when you think love, you're thinking what you will get, you are not fit to start trying to love someone.
Are you sure?
Or go into a friendship.
Are you sure the ladies listening to what you're saying now?
Yeah, because
we'll be happy with
let's
you.
not say ladies, even men too are becoming like that. So let's not just give it a title,
It's
right?
It's true.
But I think I think that's how you need to weigh in. You need to, how you used to know
If you are
whether
ready.
you are ready to do that kind of love thing.
All of this thing going around of love language.
Yeah, so good. That's a very good talk. So the whole idea of love language, yes, I agree that is to discover you so that you can communicate to the person that is loving you how to love you, right? That's one idea. But even greater is for you to discover them and their languages and be able to love them in the way that they should. I think this whole irresponsibility in love should be removed because it was responsible for so much.
Only what?
I said this irresponsibility in love, right?
Okay.
People don't think responsibility when it comes to love.
Okay,
so they are thinking, fix me up, right? It needs to be removed. You know why? Because it's causing so much disappointment. Because all those your expectations, and then you're going around, and then, people are not meeting up to that expectation. And you feel like, but the whole idea of, coming into a relationship of any sort is not necessarily, yes, you will need to factor in what you will get. That's true. But it's essentially what you stand to give to people.
So if I'm thinking that, what I'm thinking right now in my head is, if I'm only thinking of how I'm going to give, does it not put me at a disadvantage?
No, just think about that a lot more. And maybe not only that, but think about that a lot more. Let's have that a lot more, your thoughts that, okay, what do I bring?
What do I also
bring?
Okay.
Yeah, you should then focus on developing
have
yourself.
You heard the conversation?
That's why some people don't focus
on the table.
What do you bring to the table? What do you bring to the table? I'm the table. And no, even if you want to be the table, that's fine. But make sure you are really the table, right? Or maybe make sure that you are offering something. That has made people not even develop themselves.
Yeah.
That has made people not even know when to improve on themselves because they're just thinking,
okay,
me. Yeah. So this has been a very, very, very amazing. I think we're able to answer the question. The topic is a question.
Yeah.
And we're able to drill in. So,
I mean to really dig deep down into it might take a lot more session.
Yeah.
And if the audience wants us to, bring more people on board to talk about this, to look at it from separate angles, like psychological angles, personal experience angles. Yeah. I mean, you can drop in comments and let us know. I'm sure that.
Let me round off with this thought. I think the whole essence of love is to give, not to take. So, if it's love that you're actually naming that you're whatever you are in, if you're naming it love, it means that you have to have a greater mindset on what you stand to give. Anything that is now making you to receive more, that love is questionable. So, but let's get your thoughts. Sorry. Let's get your
Can I add
your
one
ideas. More? Okay, quickly.
Yeah. It's a story.
Yeah.
It's a very short story.
Yeah.
So there are people on earth and in heaven. So they have a food at their center. I think there was a cartoon of that. Yeah. They have this food at their center. None of them can reach it except the spoon. It's very long. Yeah. But what it means that if you're trying to serve yourself, you can't. Yeah. Because the spoon is too long for it to come to you. So, but you can easily use that spoon
to give somebody
to serve the other person. So, and there are people in hell and there are people in heaven. So the people in hell were not cooperative. Everybody wanted to serve themselves. Unfortunately, they died out of starvation because nobody could eventually eat it. But the people in heaven learned how to feed the other person. And so they were able to feed all of themselves. Yeah. And live. So I think that's a very simple.
Life is a lot more fun when friendship, relationship will come in with this mindset of I want to give. When two I want to give meet each other.
Yeah, it becomes
in
very
any
fun.
boundaries. It's actually very exciting. But that's what we're missing out because someone is being drained.
Yeah.
All in the name of what you have to give to me. And in this side of the world, because as men, we're just embracing
culturally.
We're drained, but we're just struggling. Right? So please share your thoughts. Like I said earlier, put it on the comment section, open our eyes to maybe some other perspective or view, what you think, and then weigh in on it and look at it. Thank you so much guys, for joining us today. See you in the next episode.